Do you know why Israel strikes in Qatar? What's claimed, what's happened, and what consequences people are talking about? If you want, I can also explain what this might mean going forward. On September 9th, 2025, Israel launched an airstrike in Doha, Qatar, targeting Hamas political leaders. The meeting hit was part of ongoing ceasefire hostage negotiations involving Hamas, with mediation help from Qatar and the United States. According to Israeli sources, the strike was intended to target leaders who are considered part of Hamas's external negotiating leadership in Qatar. Qatar, many Arab states, and various international actors strongly condemned the attack as a violation of Qatar's sovereignty and as undermining peace efforts. From what Israel has officially said, or what its representatives claim: 1. Targeting Hamas leadership in Qatar, because they believe those leaders are orchestrating or otherwise involved in actions against Israel, and because they perceive that these leaders are delaying or obstructing negotiations, for example ceasefire, hostage release. 1. Now imagine this. Israel says shadowy Hamas operatives far from home are plotting moves from abroad, maybe even planning attacks or pulling strings in secret. The fear that these distant masterminds could strike unexpectedly, making the threat feel global, not just local. 1. Leverage in negotiations. By demonstrating it can strike leadership even when they are abroad. Israel may believe this gives it bargaining power in hostage exchanges and ceasefire talks. Many argue that this strike severely undermines trust in diplomacy and mediation. Because the attack came while talks were ongoing, in Qatar, a mediator, it raises questions about whether Israel wants a negotiated peace or seeks to impose outcomes by force. The strike is viewed by some analysts and foreign governments as a breach of international law, particularly the idea of violating sovereignty of another state. Qatar, and many others, are calling it an unlawful act. There are concerns that this will escalate tensions in the region, derail hostage release deals, and make future negotiations harder. The attack may damage Qatar's role as mediator. Qatar has been heavily involved in trying to broker ceasefires, hostages release, humanitarian corridors, etc. If states believe that negotiating with Hamas under Qatari auspices can lead to direct strikes on Qatari territory, that complicates trust. Diplomatic fallout. Many countries have condemned the attack, including at the UN Security Council. This could lead to increased isolation for Israel, or pressure from allies, for example the US, depending on how they view the balance of security versus international norms. It could trigger a more unified response from Gulf states or Arab states in general, in defense of sovereignty and norm violation. Qatar has called for a collective response from the region.